Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thanks for stopping by tonight. My name is Sally Poole, and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. It is about 8 o'clock on Christmas Eve. I've been busy making crock pot soups and candies. I've got my family coming over here tomorrow, so I'm trying to get ready for that. I'm in between house cleaning and cooking and wrapping and all of that. So I wanted to get on here real quick and show you this cute card. I made it with the new Thanks a Bunch stamp set. I don't know that I've ever thought to myself, gosh, I wish somebody would make a stamp set with carrots on it. But I really do like it, and I think it's really cute. I can't wait to play with it some more. Both of these items are Sale-A-Bration items. The stamp set is free with a $50 purchase, $50 or more. And most of the papers that I used on here are, again, from the Dainty Flowers pack. You can see I've used a bunch of this one already. I just thought it went really well with the color and the carrots. So here is the Sale-A-Bration catalog. Sale-A-Bration starts January 5th and runs through February 28th. Here's the new mini catalog. We're not allowed to open these until they start, so I can't show you the inside. Anyway, let me show you what we need to put this card together. For this card, I have a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of crushed curry scored at 5.5 inches. I usually do side open cards, but this time I did it this way. I'm not sure what that fold is even called. For the next layer, you'll need a piece of Mossy Meadow cut at 3 7/8 by 5 3/8. You'll also need a piece of the Dainty Flowers DSP cut at 3 3/4 by 5. You'll need another little scrap of the same DSP, but a different pattern, cut at 1.5 inches by 3 7/8 inches. I have cut a 8.5 by 11 sheet into quarters for the piece that I'm going to stamp the carrots on. So this is 4 1/4 by 5.5 in basic white. And then I just have a scrap of basic white to stamp the sentiment on. So let's see if I can remember how I did this the other day. Stamp these little carrots. I originally, this one, I stamped one in the back and then 2 in the front. And then I did a couple more the other day and reversed it. So there's 2 in the back and 1 in the front. So I'll see if I can remember how to do that. Okay, let's get our basic white paper. I did cut some little masks for the carrots, and I couldn't find my masking sheets, so I just used Post-it note paper, the solid sticky ones. So I'm going to, let me show you these stamps first. There's a main carrot stamp, and then there's a detailed stamp, and the detailed stamp does this little edge part. And the first time I used it, I did the main carrot first and then the detailed stamp, and I had a hard time getting it to line up right that way. So the ones that I just did, I used the detailed stamp first and then the carrot stamp. And that seems to work a little better. So let's stamp this detailed stamp, and I'm going to use pumpkin pie. And I'm just going to stamp sort of in the middle, but not quite straight. And then I'm going to open my Mango Melody. And I'll stamp the carrot stamp. See if I can line it up without putting my head in the camera. Well, that looks okay. So now let's stick one of our little masks on here. Oh, I got ink on my paper. I think it's not in a place that I'm going to use, so I should be okay. So back to the pumpkin pie with the detailed stamp. And we'll stamp another carrot edge here. And then the solid carrot here again. And then getting ink all over everything. And then another carrot here, detailed. And then a solid carrot. Here. And then there's different little carrot tops that you can put on. There's this big leaf, and then it has this detail stamp that goes over this. I'm using this one. And I'm going to use Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. And I do have another mask. I'm going to put it over this. I'll get my Old Olive. Wow! Never had that happen before. Close these other ones up. Otherwise, I'll have more ink on me than I already do. So here's the little carrot top greenery. So you can, let me get a piece of scrap paper here, stamp this off a little bit. This is really easy to move the bottom of this stamp so they don't all have to be going in the exact same direction. You can have a little bit of a different look to them. So now I'm going to get my Mossy Meadow. ink. And you can use it full strength or you can stamp it off, whatever you prefer. I think it's nice to have a little difference in color, a little added depth. So let's take this mask off and move it over to this carrot. Get my ink off of there a little bit, and then we'll twist it this way a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna have to mess with that and figure out how to get that back together. So let's take our masks off. So that's what you end up with. If you don't like this little white space in between here, you can take a marker and let's see, I've got a Mango Melody here. Just color it in a little bit. It's kind of nice. It adds a little more depth to it too. And then if you're, for some reason your masks weren't quite right and your little stems aren't going right into the top of the carrot, you can take a pen and draw those in as well. It's really easy. So next I'm going to add some little splatter marks. I'm going to take 2 of my Stampin' blends and I'm going to use my Old Olive. Oh, this is the one with the crummy end. Let's see if it works. And I'm just going to tap this on here. And I don't know if you can see this or not. I did it pretty exaggerated this time. It's got little splotches all over. So now let's cut that carrot out. And I'm using the rectangle stitch framelits die set, and I'm using the 3rd largest of this set. And I'm just going to position it on here on the left, because you can see this is too big. And I'm going to add a little purple tape. And I'm going to turn it sideways, and I'm just going to partially cut. I don't want to cut the whole thing yet. And we'll run it through there. And my handle came off. Wow, I did go too far, but it's okay. So then you want to line your die up in the grooves that you've just cut in. And it's pretty easy to feel it when you've hit the right spot. So we'll add some more purple tape, turn it over. and then cut it this way. Oh, it didn't cut the left side very well. Let's see if we can get it right back in the same spot. I guess I can do it this way now since I've got that cut already. Okay, that looks better. So let's stamp our sentiment, since we've got a cutting machine right there. Here's my scrap of paper. I'm using the Everything's Coming Up Carrots sentiment from the set. And I'm going to stamp it in Mossy Meadow. Give it a press and hold it for a second. And then to cut this one out, I'm using the Stylish Shapes dies. And I'm using this circle. It is the 4th largest. So I'm going to tape this on here. If I can find my tape. And bring my Big Shot back in. And run that through. And then there's our sentiment. Okay, so let's put this together. Get all my stickies off here. I do have a PDF with all of the measurements posted in the description down below this video. So let's put our, I'm going to do this. Let's put our Designer Series paper on our Mossy Meadow panel. Got a snoring dog again right under my feet. I don't think you can usually hear it, but one person did comment one time that hers was doing the same thing when she watched my video, and that yes, she could hear it, so. And then we'll put our small piece of Dainty Flowers DSP on. And I usually try to use my grid paper and line it up. Oops, ran out of grid there. Line it up with didn't do that right. I'm supposed to go to the green, not the yellow. So I can hopefully line it up with the grids on either side and get it somewhat straight. Okay, so for the carrots, I used dimensionals on the back. And I guess I don't need to waste the entire thing. So I'll cut them in half. And still put quite a few on the back. Are you all as shocked as I am that it's near the end of December already? I just can't believe how quickly the time goes. Gosh. Seems like I was just praying for fall. I love the fall. I'm not much of a hot weather gal. So I'm going to set this right over here closer to the edge, but try to make it even on the top and the bottom. And then I'm also going to pop my sentiment up. So I just need a few dimensionals here, and then I'll put a little bit of glue there. Make sure I get it on the right side. And then I'll just put a little dab of glue here. Okay, and then I'm going to try to line it up with the coming up kind of on, oh, and I did it backwards. You probably all watched me and said she's doing it backwards. So I'm just going to stick another one over there. And then I've added a few of the Pearl Basic Jewels to the card. And they come white. I don't know if you're aware that you can color them. I've already colored some so they would dry. But you just take your Stampin' blend and just color right around them. And they don't take very long to dry. So I'll get my pick tool, pick up a couple of these pearls. And just sprinkle them around the card. Oops. Okay, and there's the completed card. Let me know what you think of it. I sure appreciate you stopping by and watching my video. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas tomorrow and that you get to spend it with friends and family. If you are getting anything out of my videos, I would really appreciate it if you would like, share, subscribe to them. That would be awesome. Thanks so much. See you next time. Bye.